Hey friends, good morning, good afternoon, actually good noontime here where I am and maybe where you are. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. Thanks so much for being here. If you happen to be watching the replay, we appreciate you as well. For those of you in the room, very grateful for you being here today. So it's Thursday. As always, we are doing our Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap. If you do not get the newsletter in your inbox, what's wrong with you? All you have to do is go to my website, christianagaudet.com or tarotbychristiana.com, hit the button for the newsletter, then you can subscribe. You can read this week's edition. You can read last week's edition. You can read, it's really not probably every edition since the beginning of time, because we've been doing this for a long time, but you can read a lot of back issues. It comes out every week, and every week a new topic, hence the name Tarot Topics. So since it's Halloween week, our topic is spooky stuff. And what I was focusing on is that the idea is that one of the things that happens at Halloween is we laugh at and make fun of the things that really scare us. Primarily death. Some of us are concerned about our own death. Some of us seem to be more comfortable with our own mortality. Very few of us are comfortable with the mortality of our loved ones. And so when we celebrate Halloween, a part of what we do is laugh at this thing that really scares us. And there's other scary things like, okay, you may not know this, but I am a huge arachnophobe. I do not kill spiders. I recognize their sacred space, and I just try to get them to leave my house, or I just try to avoid them, but I'm really afraid of them. And, you know, spiders are another thing that we see a lot of, because I'm not alone in this, right? So I thought about this whole idea of laughing at and making fun of and exaggerating the things that scare us. And I thought that that was really an interesting thing that we do at this time of year and how healthy that really is. So I thought today we could do some readings about how we process our fears, whatever our fears are. All right. A special shout out to our channel members here today. You can tell who the members are because their names are in green. Members are people who make a monthly commitment to this channel. There are 3 levels of memberships. You can be an ace, you can be a star, you can be a sun, different perks at each level. And one of the perks, of course, is a free live stream every month. We just started that a couple of months ago. And we have a new one coming up, members only live stream, that's coming up, I believe, on the 16th. And of course, we have free live streams for all y'all throughout the month. You can see the classes and meetups that we have scheduled. The link's already up here on YouTube for November, so make sure you join us. It is also not too late to join us for class tonight. We have a class that's Room and Zoom, so you can join us, excuse me, you can join us in person here in Palm City or online on Zoom. And the class is Tarot for Magic and Mediumship. You know, we talk so much about tarot just in divination, but how do we use it to communicate with those who have passed on? How do we use it in magic to create and attract the energies that we want? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. It's a 2-hour class. You need a ticket. Get a ticket by going to my website. Remember the website I told you to go to in order to subscribe to the newsletter? Well, you can also get a ticket right there on the front page. You can get a ticket for class tonight. Again, either on Zoom or here in the room. Either way, we would love to have you. All right, let's get going with our readings. I'll take these in the order that I see them. The first is White Magic Witch. The thing that scares me most is not getting married, staying single. And let's talk about that fear. I think I didn't quite understand what you said after that. I think because of the language difference. But my guess is what you're looking for there is simply the reassurance of a prediction. And so often in tarot, that's what we do, just pull some cards to tell me that it will happen the way I want it to. And that's fine. But I think sometimes when we talk about examining our fears, there is something deeper there. Like what is that fear really about? Is it a cultural expectation? Is it a familial expectation? Is it your own story that you're telling yourself that, if God forbid you did not get married, that your life would not be worthwhile? And, the thing is, like, one of the things I've noticed, and again, we're in different cultures, and so it may be different in different places, but one of the things I notice here in the US is that the people who fear not getting married generally end up marrying the wrong people, or at least being engaged to the wrong people, and then hopefully figuring it out. So, there are worse things in the world than not getting married. And probably the worst would be marrying the abusive person or marrying the person who doesn't really see you or doesn't really get you. And so the question I'm going to ask here of the cards is, what do you need to know or process or do around this fear? And the answer, like, very clearly comes up in the Nine of Pentacles, which is about being secure in yourself, recognizing that you don't need anybody else to be happy or secure, that you can be happy and secure in and of yourself. What's that thing that was going on around on Instagram today? I like myself, so your like is extra. That's where we all need to be. Not you, but not just you, but everybody. Okay, Karenwinkle, good to see you. Thanks for being a member here. What spooky thing should I do to have some fun? How can you have some fun this Halloween? In desperate need of having some fun. A lot of it, and excuse me, when we talk about the spooky stuff for you, you really do enjoy. And it really is your calling to do tarot readings, to work with spirit, to do all of these things, to delve into these things. That is really the who that you are. It's fun, but it's also your serious work. And the more that you pay attention to that, not just at this time of year, but all the time, the more that you value this part of yourself, the more that you share this part of yourself with others, and the more that you are in community with those who care about these things, the more fun you're going to have. I promise you that. Joanne Smith, thanks for being a member here. My question is, what is it that I actually fear? What a good question. Because we are all motivated by our fears, whether we realize that or not. And so if you understand what the fear is, you understand what the motivation is. Ace of Pentacles is what comes up here. And that suggests to me, fearing not having agency in terms of your body, in terms of your home, in terms of your enterprise, not having or being able to do those very basic things that allow you to live and that sort of make you be who you are, if that makes sense. Okay, Smile Soul 20, so nice to see you. Von Ray, so nice to see you. Thanks for being members here. Mysticshaven, what is an effective way for me to transfer? What is an effective way for me to speak? What is an effective way for me to transform my fear of not being able to make it on my own financially? Yeah, that's a tough one. And, working with the root chakra, having that, and actually this is true for Joanne too, with that Ace of Pentacles. So both y'all, root chakra work, meditating with the root chakra, doing exercises for the root chakra would be very, very helpful for both of you. And, when we look at your thing, Mysticshaven, the thing is, someone told you either it was messaging from your childhood or something that was told to you in a relationship. You'll never make it on your own. You'll never be able to support yourself. Someone either inferred that or directly told that to you. Let go of those tapes. That's what you got to do. Let go of that. Okay. So Moonlight Tarot, we've had this conversation. We've had it over and over again. My biggest fear is that you will not move the heck on. Rather than, like, why is it that you are just hanging on to the same thing over and over again, asking the same question over and over again? At some point, that shows up as really unhealthy. And so I feel like, the real question here is, what do you need to know or do to allow yourself to get out of this loop? This has consumed so much of your time and energy over such a long period of time when you could be doing other things. And you're not alone in this. Other people have had this situation as well. But I think you need to look at why, what it is. What is it that is causing this? You need to look deeper. At this point, I don't want to entertain this question. Not in this forum, not in any forum, because we've talked about it over and over again, and there really is no new information. And so you need to find a way to find your healing. And as soon as you're ready to ask questions about that, we'll talk about it. But that's what you need to do. You need to move past this and move into your own heart and your own enterprise and your own future. And that's what it really comes down to. Hey, Melissa Grosso, so nice to see you. Happy recent birthday. We're not birthday twins, but we're birthday adjacent. Thanks for being a member here. How can I get rid of irrational fears that I have and take back my power in these areas? Hallelujah. Yes, we all need to do that. And I think, the first step is recognizing, well, that's an irrational fear. And sometimes irrational fears really aren't irrational. They're just like, there's nothing we could do about it anyway, so why does it matter? They're those kinds of fears. So like, there's a rational fear, and then there's the fears of, where you have no control anyway, so why bother? There's those all kind of fall into the same category as far as I'm concerned. So I think, first of all, recognizing that for you, as for many of us, this came about in childhood, and that you take control of this by bringing your brain to it, by recognizing that it is irrational or that it is out of your control. So the first thing to do is to confront the irrational with rational. And then the next thing is spiritual. Because spirituality, when it is grounded, is not irrational. It's incredibly powerful. And so first, to be rational, and from there, grounded spiritual thought. This is true for you and for all of us. Okay. Hey, Von Ray, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using one of the member emojis. Really appreciate it. One of my fears is failure. What can I do to subside that fear? Well, recognize that in the course of your life, you have and will fail at some things because you're human. But what do they say, man? Fall down 7 times, get up 8. And so I think what you have to do is take the power of that away. Like, so what if you fail? You'll just do better next time because you'll also win. You fail sometimes, you win sometimes. That is the human condition. That's all of us. It's not like you're going to fail more than the rest of us. And so I think you have to take the power away from that. Hey, Nicole, nice to see you. Charles, nice to see you. Ali Mammon, what is the spooky fear in my life and how can I deal with it? I think you've got a lot from your past. Things that have hurt you in your past, things that have scared you in the past, things that you've been taught to believe in the past that really aren't true. I think going through all of that and trying to unpack that and heal from that would be very good. Hey, Peggy Lou, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Hey, Marion K. Tarot, nice to see you. I'm just wondering what my fears are. Other than heights, there really isn't anything I can think of. Yeah, I'm not really fond of heights either. Man, yeah. Okay. So, Marion K. Tarot, what do you fear? Queen of Cups, I think you fear others misjudging you and not seeing you. You know, when people misjudge you and don't see you, I think that's really upsetting to you as well. Just a thought. Okay, Jackie Masters, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Where did my fears originate from and how can I transform that into strength? Okay, where did my fears originate? Honestly, I'm going to say it's other kids when you were growing up and just however that dynamic was. I think there's at least a lot from that. And how do you transform that? There's a part of me that's like, screw the other kids, you know, like, don't like come to a place of your own power where you recognize, I don't want to say other people don't matter because of course they do, but you know, that whole kid thing of like how other kids can be so exclusionary and all of those things. I feel like there's a way to just let that go. And that would be really helpful. Christina R, how can I use this spooky time to help me get over my fear of not being enough? Well, perhaps to recognize first and foremost, it's a bunch of BS. And recognize that, you know, it's not even a fear, it's a belief. There's a part of you that believes you're not enough and fears that that belief is true. Let go of the belief, you got nothing to fear. How's that? That was fun, right? All right. We have come to the end of the questions that I can see here. If I accidentally missed you, I am so sorry. Please do reiterate. If you haven't asked your question yet, it's getting to be last call for readings, y'all. Sign up for class tonight. Would love to see you. If you're not a member, do consider membership. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. And go ahead and hit the bell so you get notifications. I will be back tomorrow at noon with the Friday weekly wrap up. So I'll hope to see you then. And here's a couple more questions coming in. Very good. Charles Smith. What do I fear? I think you fear not being able to do the things you want to do and the things you do that make you you. And the thing is, you're a strong person, and over time you have proven you will do. You do, and you will do. So let your history inform you that you have nothing to fear. Okay. Oh, Jackie, that worked. Okay, I've reminded you of so many incidents working on letting him go. Yeah, let them go. Absolutely. Okay, Peggy Lou. And again, thanks for being a member here. The only thing I fear is not being able to travel and how to have fun due to finances. Well, and I think that goes back to root chakra stuff. You know, whenever issues are health issues or money issues, and even sometimes self-worth issues, it's all about the root chakra. Do root chakra meditation, do root chakra work. So that's you, Peggy Lou, and a lot of people here and a lot of people on the planet need to do more root chakra work. Seriously. Root chakra meditation. Man, we could do a whole class on the root chakra, and maybe we should, because it's so necessary. So necessary. All right, my friends. I want to thank you so much for being here. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And oh, Christina, good. I'm glad that resonated for you. And again, consider signing up for class tonight. Go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com or christianagodet.com. Get thee thy ticket. We're doing magic and mediumship. What could be more fun? What could be more interesting? Look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much.